It's what's in your wallet.
I'm so old.
I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5 explosive hot dog carts.
Ritualistic blood magic.
Laser shooting chesty statues.
Don't watch movies unless we tell you to. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with Movies with my best friend Phil. It's your host, Funky Phil, joined as always by two of the best boys in the radio business. Turn your volume knobs up for Seaman and the Chud.
Which one of us is the Chud?
I mean, it's
that's
gotta
me.
be Will.
Okay.
I was trying to do like an old timey, not old timey, like a medium timey radio analog. You know, just go with the theme.
Oh, really? Because I thought you were doing like TikTok.
Like the Kesha song.
I don't know.
Like the alligator
It's
from.
okay, Will. It's going to be okay.
The alligator from the.
I started talking
Captain
and
Hook
I
movie?
had nothing, and then nothing came to me.
How do I save this? Shit.
Yeah. No, the Chud was my nickname in middle school for a little while when I was on sports teams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which sports team were you on in middle school?
Cross country.
I thought it was Super Goat Man.
Super Goat Man. What was
that
that?
not one of your like AOL screen names?
It might have been.
Oh man, I don't even remember what my AOL AIM
Yeah.
screen name was.
Yeah.
I have no
Oh,
idea.
I got a new one every like 2 weeks.
Yeah. There was a time there where it was like every 2 weeks you'd get a new one.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to add your friends list, and then you'd have to send them a message like, "Hey, this is Phil. I got a new screen name." It's like, come on, guys.
So the reason why I was Chud is because in sports you can't call anybody by their first name because
It's too personal.
and they couldn't call me Chodis because that was my brother's name, my older brother's name. So they're like, we got to come up with a new one for you. And I was like, Will's fine. And they're like, Chud. I was like,
Yeah, but okay, Will was fine.
Yeah,
fine.
good old Chud.
Whatever. It's better than Chode.
I feel like I never had a good nickname. And Will, I know you're thinking in your head of all the nicknames that you had for me.
None of them were good.
None of them were good.
All of them were hurtful.
Yeah,
Yeah. I never had a good one. I feel like if I was like picking one,
Yeah.
like the boat, something like
Ugh.
a little bit of mystery, a little bit of like
There's nothing mysterious about a boat.
large and powerful. What about a ghost ship?
Yeah, but that's like a ship. But like a boat is just makes me. I feel like that's what I would call somebody with a big bottom.
At least,
Hey, yeah, that's me, man.
at least your nickname was that little dinghy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the boat would be like, oh yeah, the boat. I don't know. It's like just
Yeah.
a fat, big butted guy. That's
What about-
immediately what I thought of.
What about like the general?
The general? You
Yeah.
think you would
Save
be
some money.
Because I can save you money on your car insurance.
Yeah, it was
Whatever that
car
was for.
insurance. Yep.
And now it's Shaq.
Yeah.
We've talked about this.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I just never had because I feel like Steve was Kessel
Yep.
at one point.
See?
And I feel like Joe has had many nicknames.
Mhm.
And I feel like I was always just Phil.
Yeah, I
then
mean, you just.
I watched a lot of TV that told me I was going to get a nickname.
Yeah.
And it would likely just be my last name
Uh-huh.
or like K something because my last name starts with a K or P something. And I just kind of didn't.
Yeah, well, it's because, we were in the same group of friends. And I think if one of us was like, hey, you should start calling me Chief.
We would have been unrelenting.
We would have destroyed them.
My boss calls me Motown Philly sometimes.
And that's fun.
Yeah.
Do you think Paul would mind if I called him B-Ball Paul?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know.
Don't know.
I've never given them a nickname, but one of my boss's names is Andy, and I always want to sing Brandy, Such a Fine Girl,
Oh no.
but with Andy. But then I'm like, that's way too weird. Don't ever do that.
Don't do that.
Don't ever let that out in the public. And then here I am.
Letting it out into the public.
Here I am. There's also a Rolling Stone song called Angie That
Mhm.
works. I don't know why this is like a thing that pops into my head, but it's Andy's got a ring to it that just works with songs, I guess. I don't know, man. Let's move on.
Have you ever seen Not Another Teen Movie
Oh, it's been a long time.
where he's trying to woo Janie, and they're like, "Oh, just use a song with her name in it."
Oh,
So he
Janie's
uses
got a gun.
Janie's got a gun. Janie's got a gun.
Oh man, that was before they started doing a bunch of spoof movies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like
Okay.
one of the first.
It was
Yeah.
that and Scary Movie, and then it went
Way
Off
off
the
the rails.
rails.
Yeah. Because I remember watching that and thinking it was funny, but I also didn't quite understand all the references because I
Yeah.
had not seen like any of the movies they were referencing.
Yeah.
Like when he, I think it's Chris Evans, right? Has
Yeah.
the whipped
Yeah.
cream on him. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is funny. For no reason
no
other
reason.
than it's just Chris Evans and there's whipped cream and that's like a silly thing for
Yeah.
him to do. It's like, nope, that's a clear and direct reference to another movie. And I was young
Well, the
Phil
whole
didn't watch a
the
lot
whole
of
movie
movies.
is
The whole movie is
a
references
rip
to other.
off of what is the?
Is it Varsity Blues?
It's
Well,
whatever.
that's where that
Blues,
seems-
She's All That.
Yeah, I think is it. She's all that. Where
She's
they're
All
like,
That,
"Hey, you're an ugly. Let's get a
Yeah.
girl to go to prom with you. Pick the ugliest girl and get her to go with prom with you,
Which
or
is
whatever."
just My Fair Lady, and then which
Oh,
is
yeah,
also
that's true.
Pygmalion. It's all the same story.
Yeah,
They
it's the
just
same
keep
story,
calling
yeah.
it different things.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that there's nothing new under the sun, Craig?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Huh. Because I saw a
wait, is that
movie-
Taming of the Shrew? Then isn't that the premise of that one too? Sort of.
No, I think you're thinking of Kiss Me Kate.
That's Clueless.
Oh, okay. What? It is.
Clueless is a rendition of Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you're thinking of Sinbad.
Oh, you're right.
Okay. Well, anyways,
I saw a movie recently.
you did.
Yeah. Sorry, jumping right into it.
Into
let
what?
me sorry, give me 1 second. These pants are a little tight. I gotta pull out this money holder.
Do you sit on your wallet?
God,
That's right.
no.
It's time for the segment
No.
where we reach deep into our pants and whip out some recommendations. It's what's in your wallet.
I need to first give a medical announcement.
Okay.
Don't put your wallet in your back pocket, gang.
Why do people do that?
It's bad. I used to do it for forever, but like it's really bad for your back.
What that would feel weird because you're just sitting on something.
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it after a while, but your back just slowly deteriorates because it's like curved more than normal in a different direction than normal. I don't really carry I have a credit card holder, not so much a wallet, because I don't use cash because it's not 1994. But also the one time a month or the one time a quarter that I have to use cash, it's just loose in my pocket and it's an absolute nightmare and I hate it. So I do wish I had a wallet for that reason.
It's literally burning a hole in your,
It's
in your
literally,
pants.
yeah.
I mean, that's the only time I like. Well, not the only time, but like one of the things I like about winter is that my wallet and my keys just stay in my coat. And I
Yep.
just put my coat on and my wallet's right here in the breast pocket. My keys are in the other.
Oh, I'd be too scared because I leave my coat places. Well, like when I go on like a job site.
Oh, sure,
I like put
sure.
my coat
yes.
down somewhere.
No,
and
no,
it's
no.
like-
I'm just mean like at home.
But I guess also I just leave my laptop around random businesses sometimes
Yeah.
and like my phone.
Yeah, I just like I'm talking about like when you're like leaving.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, I gotta
Oh,
go,
yeah, you
and
don't
you're
have
like,
to
I
do
gotta, you gotta
the
find
pocket
your,
dance.
Yeah, the pocket dance. And you're like,
Yeah.
where's my wallet? Which pair of pants was I wearing 12 hours ago? You know what I mean? Because that's maybe where they are. You know.
Yeah.
But in the wintertime, you just put your coat on. But obviously, yeah, if you're going someplace and you take your coat off, then you transfer to the pockets.
Yeah. Pockets.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I saw a movie.
Oh, wow. Really?
And this movie a little bit like rewrote my brain chemistry while I was watching it.
So you're telling me you saw Avatar?
Yeah, I saw Avatar,
Let's not do this.
The Last Airbender,
Oh.
and I loved that movie so much.
Okay.
No, it's called A Dark Song.
Okay.
It is a like, is it Irish? It takes place in Ireland, I think. But it's like an Irish-British horror movie. And
Just
it
split
is
the difference. It's Scottish.
it's the Isle of Man.
Yes.
Apologies to any of our Scottish listeners
Yes.
out there.
Oh, I met
Or
a
what
Scottish
Craig
guy
said.
at my work conference. And I was like, oh, where in Scotland are you from? And he's like, oh, do you know the area? I was like, nope.
No,
I just asked because I'm
But it was
friendly.
Edinburgh. So, like,
okay.
you actually did.
he was like, it's just outside of that. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I know the name. Like, Jack and I have talked
Yeah,
about going. And he's like,
that's-
oh, you got to go for the Fringe Festival.
Yeah, that's like us saying that I live in Ipsy. Where's that? It's just outside of Detroit.
Yeah.
just outside.
I live in Michigan. It's just outside of Detroit.
Yep.
No, that doesn't work. Okay, it's called A Dark Song.
Uh-huh.
This is right in that zone of like spooky, slow burn magic. Is the magic real? Kind of like keeps you guessing until the last possible second of the movie. So it's about this woman who is trying to hire a sorcerer. This is in like modern day real world times. She's trying to hire a sorcerer to do and I cannot remember the name of the spell, but it is a quote unquote real spell from like an actual 14th or 15th century book of magic with a CK. I believe Aleister Crowley did one of these rituals,
Mhm.
but it is like a months long ritual where you have to like
Ooh, who has the time?
who has the time? Well, she's I think she's
I mean, kids these days with their TikTok.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
They'd
don't have
never
the-
be able to do a
attention
6 month
span.
They couldn't focus.
sorcery.
Was I too late on that one? Was I too late coming in?
Nah,
Did
it's
the
fine.
moment pass?
It's all good.
She keeps paying this guy like an obscene amount of money, and her like reason for doing it keeps changing over the course of the movie. He starts to dig deeper and deeper into her reasoning for doing it, and she's kind of digging in deeper to like the magic and like the weirdness of it. It is. Oh God, I'm so sorry. It is slow moving. But that is, we've talked about it a million times. That is right up my alley. I love a slow burn movie when it is like just enough to keep you moving forward a little bit. And then all of a sudden you realize you are in the middle of this house where they're doing ritual magic. And it's like, what the fuck? How did I get here?
Yeah.
And there are like twists and turns, but it all is very localized to. There's a couple of flashbacks to like other areas, but you are pretty much in this house the entire time in like one of 4 rooms. There are 2 people in the cast, basically. I think there might be like one other guy at one point, but it is basically just 2 people in this cast. And it has the most like earned weird ending I think maybe I've ever seen in a movie. And I will not spoil it. If you saw this part without the slow burn intensity of the movie, you maybe would be like, oh, that's kind of silly. But in the moment of watching the movie, I was like, I'm going to have so many emotions coming out of my body right now. This is so powerful and weird and bizarre. And man, I really liked it. And I have been listening to some podcasts about I listened to Last Podcast on the Left, which you recommended to me like a million years ago. And I keep jumping in for a half an episode and then leaving.
Which one?
Last Podcast on the Left.
Oh, yeah.
And then recently I just dove right in and I've been listening to a shit ton of it.
Oh, really?
But they have a whole 3 or 4 part series on Aleister Crowley, so I listened to that.
Yeah.
And I've listened to some other stuff, but the folk magic, the quote unquote real ritual magic,
Yeah.
I'm finding so interesting.
Yeah.
In I don't think it's real, but
No. The fact
these
that they
people think it's real.
Yeah, and it's all
and I'm so interested.
masturbating on a piece of parchment with the name of your stilted lover and then lighting it on fire. That kind of
Aleister
stuff.
Crowley did a lot of really weird sex magic. I
Yeah.
don't think all of it is like that,
Yeah, but there
but it is from the circles that I've dipped a toe into.
Yeah.
That is a huge part of that is a person's font of magic in some way. But the movie itself was so good. Really can't say enough good things about it. It was just when
did this movie come out? Did you say it already?
No, I didn't. Pretty recently,
Oh, okay.
2022 2022 or 2023 or something. It's super recent. Yeah, it's one of those ones where like I said at the beginning, it just keeps you coming along, and then all of a sudden the last like 30 minutes of the movie are just going at an insane pace. And I think that's like my favorite pacing for a movie is when you've been sort of lulled into, oh, this is slow moving and like it's a character study, and then oh my God, what's happening right now?
The Phil Collins "The Air Tonight" of movie pacing.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you ever seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No, not yet.
Nope.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
I know vaguely parts of it.
Yes.
Like I know why you're bringing it up now.
Yes. It's I would just like most of the movie is pretty easygoing.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, wait a minute, this is a Tarantino movie. Where's all the violence?
Yeah.
And then it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I do find I like when it doesn't work, I don't. But when it works, like extreme tonal shifts, I really, really enjoy. Like Sunshine, I really enjoyed that. And I know a lot of people don't like the tonal shift at the end of the movie. I love it. And then I guess another Danny Boyle adventure, The Bone Temple, kind of another wild tonal shift at the end of that. Or 28 Years Later is a wild tonal shift at the end. And then Bone Temple is kind of just like wild tonal shifts throughout. But I think they're all earned. Yeah, I think I just like that. If there's something exciting about it, I guess, which is like goes buck wild at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other movies that like sort of do that, and I all I could think of was Umbrella Academy and how that show would all of a sudden just like break out in song, but not really,
numbers,
and like dance numbers and stuff. And so that to me, I was like, well, that was like tonal shifts. And the first time it happened, I was like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
And then the second time it happened, I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this. I'm here for this. This is fun.
Did you watch the last season?
I don't know if I did. I don't know if they came out with another one since like the one I saw ended on a cliffhanger. So I don't know if it did or if it just got canceled.
Yeah. There was another season after what I watched because mine was they came back and none of them had powers anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm not caught up. I also don't have access to Netflix anymore because like most millennials, I've never paid for Netflix. I just used my parents, and then Netflix said, "Hey, you can't do that anymore." And I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm not going to use this anymore." So,
ooh. I just Googled movies with abrupt tonal shifts. The World's End, which we watched.
Okay.
Tonal shift at the end of that one. From Dusk Till Dawn, which I have not seen.
Yep.
But I really should see that one from what I understand.
It's not like the whole movie and then it becomes something.
It's like 50%.
Right down the middle.
Yeah. Like vampires show up and you're just like, wait,
wait.
What?
Adaptation.
Oh
yeah, Adaptation does that.
Like
Yeah.
Out of nowhere at the end. Yeah, some other ones. Wizard of Oz. Is that?
I mean, if you're talking about like tone in terms
Black
of
and
color.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one. It's Reddit, so. Oh, Colossal. Did you guys see that? It's got Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis. Very good.
Is that where she's like sort of like controlling a giant kaiju in Korea?
Yep.
Yeah. It was one of those movies that came out around the time where it felt like there was just like an influx of indie movies that had really great premises and then no follow through.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, there was like a movie, like almost genre in 2010, 15 and stuff like that, like through that era. I'd be like, oh, this seems like a really cool idea. And then like halfway through, you'd be like, boy, they are not landing this plane.
Yeah, I really liked Colossal. So go watch that one.
Yeah, okay.
That's another recommendation from me.
What you got, Will?
Wow. Okay. All right, I guess I'm done.
Yeah, it's called.
Are you
he's
done?
trying to keep the energy up, you know. Yeah, I'm with Craig on this. Let's just
Yeah.
let's keep
He's
this
letting
going.
me talk, so I like this.
Yeah. No. Prepare to be disappointed because I have nothing. John Hodgman, who is a writer and
Jay
comedian
Hodges.
and podcaster,
A humorist.
and humorist, as he says, which is the most pretentious way to say sort of a comedian.
Yeah.
He has a saying on his show, which is nostalgia is our most toxic impulse, and he's right, because I spent money on DLC for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on the Switch.
Oh boy.
And
Yes.
I don't know what I think I got like a couple Dragon Ball Z videos on my like For You page or whatever. And then I was like, I want to play that Kakarot game again. And I was like, I never played this DLC. Oh, it's on sale? But so I have been playing through, I just did the 23rd World Tournament, which is the first time, which is not technically Dragon Ball Z. This is Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
When Piccolo Jr. shows up. So they have like, you can play through the tournament and stuff.
Nice.
And that Kakarot game is really fun because it is a fighting game, but it's a one-sided fighting game, so it's not like two-player. Like every time they come out with a Dragon Ball Z, they're like, this is a fighting game. And it's sort of like, Dragon Ball Z is not really like it's about martial arts, but like Goku always wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not like whenever Goku's always the strongest. So it's like the thing that's weird about Dragon Ball Z games is you can play like Krillin versus Cell and you can win as Krillin, which is like not something that would or could ever happen in the TV show because
Yeah.
Krillin is
Yeah.
incredibly weak. Anyways, so it plays like a fighting game, but it's one-sided because you're playing only against the computers. And so that then, of course, inspired me because I just noticed that Dragon Ball is on Hulu. So I have been
Ooh.
watching Dragon Ball, which I don't know if I would or could or can recommend it to anybody because it's just weird. It's a weird show.
yeah.
It's very of the time, which is 1980s Japanese animation. It's like, so the history of Dragon Ball Z is interesting because we all grew up watching, not all of us, because Craig, I don't think you ever really watched it, but like,
Just DBZ abridged.
yeah, DBZ abridged. But like we all, like it showed up on Toonami and suddenly like Dragon Ball Z, everyone was watching Dragon Ball Z. But Dragon Ball Z is the second half of the story of the character Goku. Dragon Ball is the first half that didn't make it stateside until after Dragon Ball Z made it here and was popular. And it's weird because Dragon Ball Z is very much superhero. It feels very much like, you know, a superhero show. And it is, you know, they go into outer space, they meet aliens. You find out Goku is an alien race. But Dragon Ball is originally based off of a Chinese epic poem called Journey to the West with Son Goku, who is the Monkey King. So Goku rides on a cloud and has an extending pole and has a monkey tail, just
Yeah, he
like
does.
yeah, the extendo pole extend. Anyways, but so it's just interesting because it's very much a lighter tone. There's no Super Saiyans. There's no like super fighting and all that stuff. It's just like a little adventure story
Yeah.
of this little boy who was raised in the woods meets a teenage girl who is on an adventure to catch all the Dragon Balls, because when you get all 7 Dragon Balls, you can make a wish, and her wish is to get a boyfriend, you know? So it's like, just like, yeah, that's Bulma. Yeah. And it's weird. And it's weird because it's all over the place, because it's like kind of perverted and stuff, which is also weird because Bulma's supposed to be like 16.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, when I was watching it as a kid who was 15, I was like, there's nothing wrong with this. And now that I am a 35-year-old man, I'm like, there's a lot wrong with this.
Yep.
And yet I keep watching.
Well, whatever.
Have you gotten to the Red Ribbon Army?
Oh no, I haven't finished the first season. I just started watching it the other night and got a few episodes in. I was like, I think I might rewatch some of it because I might jump to the Red Ribbon stuff because I hadn't seen. I think I've seen all of that kind of stuff once.
Yeah.
Like I think I've seen the fortune teller Baba arc once, and which is when there's like Gohan, Grandpa Gohan shows up. Anyways, long running show. So I have just been like talking Dragon Ball at my wife most evenings.
Oh no, poor
Oh,
Caitlin.
hell yeah. I wish I was your wife.
Well, here's the thing. Caitlin loves it.
Oh
Yes. Otherwise, this relationship would never have worked. If she's like, oh, I don't like it when you talk Kingdom Hearts and Dragon Ball Z to my face. Like,
Oh,
never mind. This
That
isn't
would've
gonna
been-
This isn't going to work at
what
all.
else are you?
What
what
else
else
am
do you
I?
have?
I've accepted a long time ago that Veronica does not care about anything that I like.
Well, I feel like, yeah, I mean,
Jack's right in the middle.
Yeah.
Her eyes will glaze over, but like she's at least looking at me when I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop things.
yeah, I mean, there are some things I just don't like. There are some things that I know she won't. She just doesn't care as much about. You know what I mean? Like certain video games. I usually like most of the time video games I don't talk to her about. Kingdom Hearts is the exception because she knows so much of it because I've made her play the games.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like it.
Anyway, so watch some Dragon Ball or don't.
Or don't.
If you're like,
or do.
yeah, because to me, it's one of those things where like, it's like I think you were talking about, maybe it was you talking about like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 or whatever. You're like, I want to go back and play those, but you never played them before. Was that you or somebody else?
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
don't think it was me. I played a small amount of your copy of 7 that's
Yeah.
still in my house.
Yeah. Well, either way, but it's like going back and playing those. It's like I don't know if I don't know if those games are playable. You know what I mean? Because like at the time it was like all you had. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And so like your imagination does so much of the work for you when you're a kid playing those. And I feel like Dragon Ball Z kind of exists in that same area where it's like it's only super cool if like you're a 7, like not 7, but maybe like a 13-year-old boy, you know, and it's like flying around in flashlights, and it's only still cool to me because it makes me feel like I'm 13 again, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And so like if you're like if someone in your 30s going, I'm going to check out Dragon Ball Z for the first time, you're like, what is this? This is weird, and also kind of dumb. Yep. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. It was the whole time, but
It was the whole time.
we saw it at the right time.
Yeah. Anyways, Craig, what do you got?
Craig.
I saw a movie in the theater.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go see it with you, and then I bailed.
Send Help. It's the
Oh,
newest movie from Sam Raimi.
I wanted to see that movie.
Have
Oh,
you
man.
seen any of the like press junket clips of Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien? Because it's very cute.
No, I haven't.
They're very cute. He told a story that like at one point she was like, yeah, I really don't like being mean when I'm acting. I had this one part that I had to play a really, mean girl like in high school. He's like, you're Rachel McAdams. That was Mean Girls. We all know this.
Yeah.
Do you not know who you are?
Yeah. Do you think I'm that young? I don't know this.
Everyone knows who you are.
Yeah.
You're very famous and we all love you.
That's funny.
I was listening to Blank Check because they did Sam Raimi's filmography, and when a new movie from somebody they already covered happens, they'll just release the episode. So they did that one, and they were talking about how Rachel McAdams has been very choosy about what she's doing, and she really hasn't been in a ton of movies in the last 10 years. But
No, I
she's
guess
always
not.
great, honestly, and everything. I'd forgotten that she was in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
Two of them.
Both of them, yeah, and that's, I mean, he directed the second
Yeah,
one. So
that's-
She was in both two of them.
Both two of them. Shut up. I'm smart sometimes.
sometimes.
Yeah, no, I saw a clip of him being like, he's like, oh gosh, I have to direct Rachel McAdams. He's like used to directing like more, like less, bigger, less bigger actors. And he was like, I
Less
got
bigger.
less bigger. Shut up, Phil. And he said he was like explaining. He's like, so I got to ask her to pretend that a ghost is attacking her, and he's like, I don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? Like he's like, this is gonna be rough, you know. And then she was like, okay, yeah. Do you want me to fall this way or this way? And he was like, oh, so you get it. Okay. Yeah. And so I think he was like, oh, she was easy and fun and wasn't a big diva or something. I think that was what he was kind of expecting.
Well, when he did The Quick and the Dead, Gene Hackman famously gave him a real hard time about everything.
Oh.
Yeah, because Gene Hackman did that to everybody.
He's like, well, I don't want you to do this. I want you to make this hand gesture. And he's just like, why am I doing that? Like, why would my character even do that? And so he's like,
what's my motivation?
Leo is your son and you're actually concerned about him, even though you don't want to show it. So you have to do this. And so like, he's like, if I was a little bit more inexperienced at that point, cause I had like 5 movies under my belt, I might've been more like, it still was nerve wracking trying to, direct Gene Hackman, but, having that confidence not to back down. But no, she's great. I really hadn't seen Dylan O'Brien in much. I know he was in the Maze Runner movies.
Yeah, I saw him in a movie called Love and Monsters.
Oh yeah,
which I really enjoyed.
Okay.
But I don't think I've really ever seen him in anything else.
They were mentioning that he had gotten in a terrible accident in the 3rd Maze Runner, like in real life, and he had to get facial reconstruction surgery.
Oh,
because he looks like nothing has happened. So I don't know what happened, but good job.
He's got a good facial reconstructionist.
Yeah. But anyway, about the movie, this is not like written by Sam Raimi. It's not like one of his movies. It's honestly the people who did Freddy vs. Jason and a couple other not great movies.
Oh no.
But they were always like doing other people's work. Like we want to have our own movie. And so like this is their own stuff and they just needed a director for it. And Raimi puts in enough of his stuff. There's just the way the camera moves.
I was going to say Sam Raimi is like 90% of his filmmaking is the way the camera moves.
Yeah.
Feels like.
So if this was 40X, like water spraying at you, it would be like a whole thing. Because there are a few parts where you're just like, oh my God. But people were laughing and screaming in the audience. So
the premise is that it is a boss and his subordinate who do not like each other, right?
Yeah, because she was supposed to be vice president and Bruce Campbell. They only show a picture of him, but he was the president that died at the company, and so his son takes over, and he gets one of his like bros to be the vice president.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be her, and then they get into a plane wreck, right?
Yep, and so it's just them, and she like tried out for Survivor and was really into survival stuff, read a bunch of books, and so she's thriving. Like she goes from being very like, they're trying to make Rachel McAdams ugly, which is hard.
Yeah. It's always like frustrating when they do those things in movies. It's like, oh, we need them to glow up. So we're going to find somebody very pretty and then make them seem ugly by hunching.
But it's not like as soon as she gets on the island, she's like a goddess.
Well, sure.
It's just like she's in her element.
Yeah.
Like she is finally fully realized. And so it's kind of a back and forth between the two characters. I'm not going to go too much more into it, but
I do want to see it.
Yes, it's great. It's especially if you like Raimi's other movies. Like this is primo stuff.
Nice. Oh, that's good. I'm sorry that I didn't go see it with you.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't get my I just ignored the invitation and I didn't respond back.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I specifically told him. I was like, do not invite Will.
Don't do it.
I'm so tired of him.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
No.
Speaking of being on an island and having old-timey analog technology made out of coconuts
Crashing in the water.
and crashing in the water.
We saw Blowout. Oh, am I blowing out? Speaking of blowing
Yes.
out,
You did it on purpose. It's
that
a
was
feature, not a
yeah, it was
bug.
a feature, not a bug. Not a
blug?
blug, not a blug.
Oh, it's not a plug then, eh?
Jeez.
All right, we saw Blowout, which is a 1981 American neo-noir, a mystery thriller film, written and directed by Brian De Palma. It's starring John Travolta, Nancy Allen, John Lithgow, and Dennis Franz. It's 108 minutes long. It had an $18 million budget, and it only did $13 million at the box office. So, woo. Ooh.
We'll talk about that later.
How, when, and where, why on Rotten Tomatoes, Phil?
Yes. I would say the how is through the internet. The why is because it's a database of movies. The when probably would have been sometime in like the early 2000s.
When I got established. Yeah.
And then the number would be like 88.
What do you think, Craig's?
I saw it when I was doing research, so I can't. But I
Well,
know
you guys can both tell me if I'm right.
you are spot on.
extremely well. I saw 89%.
Oh, I saw 88.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it changed. or
feel
I
like I
wrote
never
it down
did it.
wrong.
Or-
See,
and
this
this
is
is
why
on
I don't like you
Wikipedia.
double checking my work. You know, makes me look like a fool.
I can't wait to have Craig double checking my work.
So this is the first movie that we picked after our random pick, Star Wars.
Yes.
So Craig, we rolled a dice for you. For you to
Yep.
pick. And I can't remember what the crew.
It was the editor.
The editor. So the editor of Star Wars also edited this movie.
Yes, and I will have to see who that
Yes.
was.
So vamp for a bit,
OC.
Phil.
Yeah. So I think with editing,
Yes.
I feel like
Now-
sometimes I don't notice.
Paul Hirsch.
That this podcast hasn't been edited. Paul Hirsch is his name.
Yes. So, Blowout is one of those movies that I've known about for a while. Because I've seen what it's kind of based off of. And when I say based off, it was just like the glimmer of an idea is Blow Up. And so it's about a regular person trying to solve a mystery based on, evidence of some sort that they stumble upon. In Blow Up, it's a picture. Guy takes a picture and he realizes that he's seeing a murder taking place. And so he tries to unravel this. And then Blowout, similar, he witnesses something happening and he is getting the evidence by sound recording because he's a sound guy for
He's
movies.
a sound man.
Oh, and the neighbor's car is playing music right now. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
what am I hearing?
So yeah, it was just one of the choices. It's not one of the choices I had made initially, so no points for me. But
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Weirdly, this was one of my choices.
no, it wasn't.
No, we're never going to get mine. And I know that. And I'm okay with it. I'm standing firm in my beliefs. I need to say, when we were watching this, I said, I think Foley work is really cool. And then within a couple of minutes, Craig said, Will, I think this would have been your vibe of a job back in the day. And I sat there and I thought, what the fuck?
I did not.
Just said
I
this.
know. I'm sorry. It's just that Will works
Yeah,
with
Phil, you
that
might
kind
like it, but you'd be fucking terrible at it.
Oh no! I did not clock that you said that at all.
It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't either because I don't typically listen when you talk, Phil.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of
Um,
like most people.
Yeah.
with me.
But no, this movie. So yeah, this movie is a movie none of us had seen before, right?
Nope. Yeah.
And it was one of those where it started off, and so the movie starts off, and it starts off like a slasher, like sex horror 70s movie, And
Apparently,
at first,
it was kind of a takedown of like Halloween.
yeah,
like
yeah,
John
definitely.
Carpenter, that kind of stuff.
And it started off that way, and I was like, wait, what is this movie? What are we watching?
Yeah.
And then it does like a freeze frame thing, and you realize that you are watching somebody watching the movie. And yeah, John Travolta's character he's in charge. Like he is a not washed up. What's the word? Burnt out, like sort of Foley artist.
Yeah. He's like much more talented than is required for his job, it seems.
Yeah,
or he feels he's that way, and so does his buddy.
I think he's mostly in the wrong job. I think he likes I think we kind of get a little bit of his backstory, and that he's more of in communications. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because he did communications for, I think, the Army or the Navy or something like that, and then he did it for the police, and now he's just recording random sounds, and you know what I mean? I don't think he cares. He doesn't seem like a guy who cares at all about movies, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just knows how to record sounds. Yeah. But so the premise of the movie is, basically he is out one night looking for better sounds because he's been using the same.
Don't you mean listening
Wind
for?
and animal sounds.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't mean that. I mean, he's looking for them.
Okay.
I mean, he's looking.
He's looking for them with his ears.
With his ears.
His
I am
ear
on the
holes.
ball today. Anyways.
I'm being so mean.
So he's out there, and this sequence made me go like, oh, I'm into this. Like I liked the filmmaking in it is very fun because it's him like moving his what looked like a shotgun mic to me, which they were making it seem like it was a very parabolic microphone, like super hyper cardioid or whatever, which I don't think it was, but still. And he's like, things are coming into focus in the soundscape as well as on film, as he's just like kind of, there's no other music other than the sound of what he's pointing at. And it was just kind of like, it was like almost like a meditative moment. It was just kind of like, it's like, oh yeah, this would be just kind of fun to just relax and like listen to the different things that are the birds,
Just
not,
get cool
not
sounds.
birds, but owls.
I love cool sounds.
Yeah. And so
I will say, I do need to interrupt. At one point, he was recording like a weird knocking sound,
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, I wonder what that is." And then they just zoomed in on a frog, and I was like, "That doesn't sound like what frogs sound like to me." Because when you just did that,
Yeah.
I can hear what they were going for,
Yeah.
but for some reason, all I could hear was the knock part
Oh.
and not the like gulp part. So it just, to me, it was just like, and I was
Really?
like, that's not a frog.
I don't know. That's like,
But maybe that's just my ears.
yeah, I recognized it as a frog right away
Yeah.
because it was a different kind. It was more of like a peeper. It wasn't like a bullfrog. Like
I guess those are the frogs I know.
it was more like quack, quack, or I don't
Do you know toads don't exist? All frogs are frogs.
What?
What?
All toads are frogs. It's a distinction that we gave them.
What?
Like species wise, they're not different things. Toads and frogs aren't different.
They're just
But they're
a
all
bigger
but
frog.
there are different species of frog.
There are different species of toads, but they are all frogs. All toads are frogs.
But they're not. They're toads.
All toads are frogs.
Like how all squares are rectangles, but all rectangles aren't squares.
Yeah.
So
So
They're
he
battle
witnesses
frogs?
A car crash.
Yeah.
Ear witnesses.
Yes.
He's an ear witness.
Well, he also uses his eyes to see it.
Yeah.
So he sees a car crash, hears it as well, and the car has like a blowout of its wheel and careens into the river. He jumps in the river. The driver is dead when he gets in the river, and he pulls a girl out.
He
And
does not hesitate to jump in.
Yeah,
And I
which
think
is-
he's a cool guy.
he's a cool guy.
He seems like a cool guy
Yeah.
throughout this whole movie. And also, I can't tell if John Travolta's handsome.
Oh, he is one of those faces where
Like,
yeah.
I'd look at him, I'd be like,
I
dang,
think
that's a
he-
handsome guy.
Yeah.
And then he would change his face like 1 degree, and I'd be like, oh, that's a strange looking guy.
I think he has very such angular features, and he's too young in this movie, so it looks really weird.
yeah.
Like he's not a baby face at all. so his face seems too hardened. And like when he's older, now that he's older, I think he's more handsome as like a man in his 30s or whatever, or however 40s maybe, I don't know, but whatever. But yeah, in this movie, for whatever reason, it did beg the question: is he handsome?
Is he handsome? I cannot tell.
Yeah,
He's good in this movie, though.
Yeah.
I like
Oops.
him in this movie. So he saves the girl.
Yeah,
goes to the hospital.
yes.
The other guy that was in the car dies.
Yeah, dies. Turns out he is a presidential candidate hopeful. The girl
Yes.
is not his wife.
No.
Yes, and so then
the aide comes to John Travolta and is like, "Hey, you didn't see that woman in that car.
right.
You didn't save that woman in that car.
Yes.
She wasn't there. It was just
I
the guy."
wanted to mention something before we get too much farther. What I like too is the scene before this where you get all that information about the elections.
Yeah, you're just watching him, and it's in the background. Yeah.
It's a split.
Yeah.
It's so on the left hand side is him just like doing his sound stuff. And on the right hand side is all the news.
Yeah.
And so you're watching both those things happen, and it's not boring because you're like focusing on
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
like those TikTok videos where you're watching someone do a running maze thing.
Yeah, it's a little like that. This movie gave me very Miyazaki vibes, where you in real time watch somebody be good at their little job that they're doing.
Yeah.
Which I always really like when
Always
Miyazaki
love.
like slows down and is like, then you just watch somebody prepare a whole meal for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And you just see how they do it. This movie, as more so at the beginning, had like a lot of moments where he is just like, cigarette in hand, like, putting the magnetic tape through and, setting record, writing down his little notes, hanging it up, just doing a job, which is sometimes like, satisfying to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically this is more or less the premise of the movie, is that this character, innocent bystander, is sort of finds himself in a position where he's like, oh, I'm being told to lie about what happened, but I also have this audio recording of what happened. And I, as an audio professional, have noticed something, which is that before the wheel blows out, there's another sound. There's two sounds. It's not an echo. It's a pow, pow sound that he's hearing. And so like his whole dilemma is then like, well, what do I, it becomes like.
It's interesting because he has, at the time when the aide is telling him not to like breathe a word of this.
Yeah.
There's the true story that John Travolta's character knows. There's the story that the aide wants to come out. But then we don't know about that third story, but then it never comes back to John Travolta getting in touch with the guy's aide. Like, hey, this isn't just that he was being cheated on. He was
Killed.
murdered.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know where I'm going with that. It just is like an interesting, when they're having that debate, the actual truth isn't even there yet.
Yes.
He's just like, I saved this girl. I don't know why I wouldn't say anything about it.
Yeah. And so I think we're going to go into spoiler town, I think, right about now.
Yeah, probably getting there pretty
and
quick.
I highly encourage whoever's listening to this, if this sounds at all interesting, to go and watch this movie, because it's way more fun to go in completely cold.
Yeah.
I don't. It's a who done it, why done it. It's a mystery, and mysteries are always better if you go in completely blind, right? Because then you can't notice the plot holes.
And this one is good.
Yes, this one we were all.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, we liked it. So feel free to pause here and come back, or just say who cares. I may never ever see this movie.
I wanted to, before you get too far into it, mention something that I really liked about his character development.
Thank you for asking permission to do that. You may not.
Okay, got it.
I actually had something I wanted to say about his character development.
Oh, okay. Phil's
okay,
going to go
great.
first.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
There's none. It's so weird.
Oh, okay. So we do get so he saves Nancy Allen,
Yes.
who people might recognize from other films by this director, who for some reason
Brian De Palma.
Brian De Palma, geez Louise.
Brian Zach Palmer.
Or I first saw her in RoboCop. So,
Nice.
but her character, like, you kind of get a backstory about why he's doing what he's doing. Like you mentioned, he has had jobs before, and I feel like it wasn't he was really working for the police. It was more of like a police, like it's still the police, but he's really trying to get. It's like internal affairs.
Yes.
Yeah, he was working with
yeah.
a commission
Yeah. He was
To catch
bring
corrupt
down
cops.
corrupt cops.
Yes. So
which comes into play a couple times in this.
yes.
But the most important thing is, like, this guy has a moral compass and he wants to help.
Yeah.
And so I think if he didn't have those kind of jobs before, and you kind of saw him, like, it starts and he's working at this sleazy film studio.
Yeah.
And that's all you know about this guy. Like, him jumping right into the river instantly, and also deciding that the conspiracy is worth looking into.
Yeah.
Like, I have to do something because this is wrong, instead of being like, all right, I'll
Yes.
say I didn't see anybody. I'm going to just mind my business.
He even fights the aide initially. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not true.
Yes.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, he has a strong
sense.
sense of justice, and
Yeah.
I do like that they gave him that backstory, because otherwise you'd be going like, why? I mean, I want to know what the deal is, but why wouldn't he just walk away? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so many
Yeah.
times. And then another thing is, like, when you watch these movies where you're like, go to the authorities. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it also can be kind of frustrating when you're watching like a whodunit. You're like, why aren't you going to the cops?
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to the cops because the cops don't like him.
Yeah.
Because
he went to the cops.
Yes, he and
the cop
his
was a real asshole.
yeah, his job
Basically told him to
previously
fuck off
got people killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and also
and put
worked-
cops away.
It's
Put cops
interesting.
away.
I thought
He
it was
was in-
interesting
yeah.
because the cop that he goes to talk to doesn't say, "Oh,
You killed a guy."
killed a guy." He
Yeah.
says, "You put a lot of good men away."
Yeah,
That's what he cares about.
That's what he cares about. He doesn't
Yeah.
care about the guy that he accidentally got killed, which really,
wasn't super his fault.
like, it wasn't. It's just it
just was a bad
but like
situation.
that. I thought that was really interesting. They showed that cop as like morally great because he said that, and then like in the same sentence, he's like, "Listen, leave this evidence here because I don't like you, but I'm still going to do my job."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he was still planning on looking into it. It
Yes.
just obviously the tape got erased. But
Yeah,
like,
so basically the movie so John Travolta is told, his character's name is Jack. Jack is told basically to forget about all of this, but of course he doesn't. And he starts listening to the thing and he puts together this second sound. And then the girl, whose name I don't remember at all, Sally, possibly. She is sort of,
Sally.
She's
I
wrapped
knew
up
it.
in all of this, and
I
she's
was
not
so
telling him
confident.
why she's wrapped up in all of this.
Yeah.
And he basically realizes, oh, somebody else was there, because pretty soon after that, it comes to light that somebody was recording the footage of of the crash, and he sells the crash footage. So John Travolta finds pictures of it that they're selling of the each frame of the footage, and he recreates basically using the animation room, and he realizes, essentially, oh, there is a gun, a muzzle flash in there.
Yeah.
And that is what's causing that was what somebody tried to kill the guy.
But also the way he does it is so fascinating because
it's so cool.
Because he knows that trying to sing it from the beginning is not going to do anything. He needs to sing it from when it
the loudest
splash.
sound, the
Yeah.
splash.
When it splashes in there, then you go backwards.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man! Again, when you see a person being really good at a job,
Really good at a job, really good at this is it's a good good mystery, and he's good at solving the mystery. It's just a tough mystery to solve.
Yeah.
And I think that's different than a good mystery, but somebody who is bad at solving mysteries or not as good. This guy's genuinely very good at this game that he's stumbled into. It's just, is the other guy better? And the answer to that is no, the other guy's batshit crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing is we haven't talked about John Lithgow yet.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna get into that now.
We'll get there.
Because what happens then
I love.
is that
Ooh, boy.
Love it.
John Travolta's character's Jack. Jack realizes there's way more to this than just a simple blowout and a death, And so he's like, well, I got to talk to the girl. And so he talks to her, and he finally gets it out of her that, well, does he get it out of her then?
I think it's a little bit later, but essentially he finds out from someone else because he's going to get the footage, or he tries to get the footage.
Yeah.
He sees a picture.
He sees a picture of her with another person, and her and the guy who came up with the footage have been running this scam ish thing where they catch like husbands or people doing infidelity with Sally, and then he jumps in, takes a picture, and then they like get small amounts of money, it sounds like, because he's still in the world's saddest apartment.
Yeah, for real.
And he seems like the world's saddest man and grossest man.
Yeah. So basically what is happening concurrently. Yes.
I just want to say, I also really liked that he had an initial judgment about her doing this, and then he got over it because he did have actual feelings for her.
Yeah.
John Travolta's character.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting, like, he had the initial reaction and then it was like, oh, that wasn't a good reaction to have. So he kind of like they made it through that moment of like.
Yeah, she was an interesting femme fatale.
Yeah.
Because usually the femme fatale is like
dangerous,
conniving and dangerous. Yeah, femme fatale, fatal female. She's like,
oh my God, is that what that means?
My confidence is.
I don't know what's
shaken.
happening. I'm so sorry.
No, because she's. I'm just gonna say it. She's not very smart.
No,
no, she's super.
She doesn't quite understand that she's in this movie.
If we got more of her backstory, I feel like her backstory is Midwest girl goes on a bus to big city, then immediately gets caught up in like scandal.
So
because
part
she's
of
too trusting.
Yes, because part of me is like, oh, this is a sexist character because she is so dumb. You know what I mean? Like, oh, women can't do anything. But it's like, no, she would be sexist if she was supposed to be like a scientist and then she was also incredibly stupid. That would be sexist. But I think she's just like, no, some people are dumb. And she's one of them. So I don't necessarily, because she is dumb throughout. She never puts anything together, really. I think a couple times she's like, oh, I think I'm being lied to now. But for the most part, she has no sense of self-preservation.
Preservation.
She does keep herself from getting raped and does get the film.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's the one part where she like takes it. But that's because somebody had to very obviously spell out to her, Jack's character, or John Travolta's character, Jack, had to be like, you are being taken advantage of by this gross man.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, wait.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, God.
Wait. When he says he's getting more money than he told me about, is that
That's not
bad?
Nice, is it? Yeah. So yeah, she's just a cute little dum-dum. Anyways, so while all of this is happening, we are getting clips of John Lithgow's character, who is the most unsettling man in America. I
love this weird third arc because he is this awful psycho villain who is he's trying to find women that look like Sally.
Yes.
Because he's going to kill Sally, and then we eventually find out
we got to figure out why is he in this at all?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So he works for the other candidate, kind of.
Yes.
What it sounds like is that maybe he worked for them at one point, but then he was batshit crazy and they were like, we don't want anything to do with this. And then he decides to go rogue
and do it anyway.
He does this plan of getting Sally and guy,
Yeah.
dirty, gross guy, to run this scam on the other presidential candidate, the one who dies. And then he then decides to go up, and all of his lines are like, oh yeah, this was in parameters for the mission, and I needed to go off book, and okay, it's like all this military talk. And
Yes.
so he decides that he needs to cause a blowout and eliminate the other candidate. So he does that, and then we see a clip of him swapping out the tire that had the bullet hole in it, because you could just walk into a police impound in 1981.
Yeah.
And what's our like next thing with him? Is that when he starts?
That's when he starts offing.
Yeah, he starts trying to find women that look like Sally because his
Yeah, I think
plan
the
that we
first one
find
was
out-
an accident. So he accidentally kills the wrong, like who he thought was Sally. And then I think he comes up with the plan. Well, I killed this one woman.
Oh,
So, and then that's why he like looks up and he sees the Liberty Bell sign. And then he looks down and he decides to stab a Liberty Bell into her stomach.
So he kills this.
yeah.
He kills
Yeah.
this random woman that
Yes.
looks like her.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Because he has a very dramatic thing where he like turns her over, and then he has like a weird reaction. So yeah,
yeah.
I don't think he knew.
Yeah, I don't
So
think he knew.
starts this like weird plan of his to make it look like there is a like sexual murderer.
Yeah, a sexual, serial killer.
in Philly.
Yeah.
And so he starts to just find women that look like Sally. And no one
So
asked
that
him
when
to,
he kills, so when he finally
when he
kills
eliminates Sally, it's
Yeah.
like
Sally,
There's no question.
there's no
Yeah.
questions. It's
Yeah.
covered up. And he's having this conversation with the guy at the other candidate's
Yeah.
office, and
the other
the
guy's
guy's like, I don't, what are you doing?
Yes.
Like, why are you calling us? Do not call me. I don't
Yes.
know you.
I
Like,
don't know.
what is this?
yeah, it in a
I-
weird way. Did you guys ever see I, Tanya?
No,
Yes.
I didn't.
Okay, so this reminds me a little bit of I, Tanya in the sense that, like, basically, one version of the story of what happened to Tanya Harding is that her ex-husband and his weirdo friend,
hmm
like, was like, oh, you know what'll make Tanya happy? Let's take out Nancy. And like, but they like the way that one guy talked was very much in that like, I did an ocular pat down kind of way.
Yeah.
That these guys think that they're like military soldiers when they're just bumbling buffoons.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of that where they're like, and so like in the movie I, Tanya, whether or not this is how it happened in real life, I don't know. But like Tanya Harding's like, you did what? Why would you do that? I didn't ask you to do that, And
Yeah.
so it's very
it's the
similar.
same thing where
Yeah.
this guy is like, we didn't tell you to do this. This is like not
Yeah.
at all what we agreed
Yeah.
on.
We wanted you to like find him in a compromising position. We didn't want you to shoot at his tires, so he fell into the lake. And now I don't want you killing a bunch of women as a cover up for
Yeah.
it. Like, what is going on?
I just really loved that. Similar to the conversation with the 8 at the beginning, where it's like you have the two sides that we're presented with, and then the third side, which in the first thing is like the actual truth of what happened, is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like he was murdered, and then this is like you have John Travolta and Sally trying to reveal the truth. You have the other candidate trying to keep the truth from getting revealed, and then this random guy
yeah.
that is this third option
Who is,
that
like, run
neither
amok.
side wanted or knew about.
Yeah.
It's just running around doing his thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because it's
God.
important to know for the ending that John Travolta and Nancy Ellen, have no idea this person exists.
No.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know they get a call from a reporter. Like there's a reporter who's going to help them leak this truth like on air. And everything's going good, and then unbeknownst to them, like the cell phone.
Jeez.
What? The phone line is getting like busy
Was-
signaled and
yeah.
then tapped, and
Yeah.
then he fakes being this reporter to Sally to trick her, and she's, as we said, not the brightest
No.
person and is way too trusting of
Yes.
everyone.
And she's also like, when he's like, wait, you called me? And she's like, yeah, it's a busy signal. And she's like, that's not right. She's like, it's probably nothing. And I'm like, there's something weird going on, lady. Like,
It's
Yeah.
absolutely something.
yeah.
So, like, he knows they're in danger, but I think even to him, what's happening is a little like this seems a little too outrageous.
Yeah.
That someone would go, but they just haven't. They don't know the level of insanity this guy is capable of.
The tension I feel like that it builds that like
Yeah. Well,
she
it
doesn't
goes-
know
Yeah.
anything that's going on. He knows that they're in danger, but doesn't seem to understand like how much danger
Yeah.
and doesn't seem to know how immediate the danger is and how close it is.
Yeah.
And then we're watching that and we're getting to see like
Ugh.
the dangerous part. It builds so much tension. And the last half of this movie is just like, I feel like,
Yeah.
I feel
So-
like we were making a lot of comments in the first half of the movie. Then I feel like the second half got
We just
quite a bit
stopped.
quieter.
Well, so yeah, the second half, the more not so much the second half, like the final act.
The final
rather.
act, yeah,
there.
third act.
The third act, when they go to the train station, because so basically all of this culminates to, Jack knows somebody is after them. There's somebody trying to cover all of this up. He doesn't know who it is.
He erased all of
Well, yeah,
his-
because all of his tapes got erased. Like even in his studio.
We missed that
Yeah,
with
and
John
he's-
Lithgow's character.
John Lithgow's character, I'm assuming, walked around with a magnet or something because it's all magnetic tape and just erased them all.
Which fucking sucks.
Yeah. Anyways, so he knows, and so he finally gets a hold of a reporter who's willing to do the story because the reporter's starting to put all the pieces together as well, And so he's like, okay, we're gonna meet this guy. I'm gonna wire you, and you're gonna go and talk to him, and you're gonna give him the tape, right? And then, but unbeknownst to them, that
He does make a fatal error there because he said, give him the tape if he seems okay.
yeah.
And she
Thinks everybody is
thinks everybody
okay.
is okay. So
Yeah.
even after he like very creepily leads her around the train station and the
Yes.
subway and everything, she's like, oh yeah, you seem all right. I'll give you
Yeah.
the tape.
Yeah. So basically, unbeknownst to him, she wasn't. Yeah. She talked to the wrong person on the phone. She talked to the serial killer on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, so she meets the serial killer, and then I think Jack kind of figures it out pretty quickly that that's the wrong voice because he's
Yeah.
listening because she's been wired.
Yeah. She's wired. She had a lot of caffeine.
Yes. And so then they do like this big chase throughout all of Philly where he's trying to figure out where they're going. It's
When we
really-
left Craig's house, you were like, that was the least interesting part of the movie was the chase scene.
once
It's
he
like
got
that should be so exciting,
Yes.
but it was like the rest of the movie was so
Yeah.
interesting and engaging.
but like just him like so like the subway stuff was interesting. So John Travolta's character Jack is trying to figure out where they are based on clues of what she's saying, but she, being a cute little dum-dum, doesn't know that she should be giving clues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like, just say something, say where you're going, and he can't catch up with them. They get on a subway train and leave. And he gets in his Jeep and just peels out of there. And what follows is almost a scene from a completely different movie. Like I'm fairly certain I was hearing like underneath it. Like 'cause
Yeah.
he drives his Jeep through the not Memorial Day parade, but
Liberty
whatever
Day parade.
Liberty Day parade, and is like almost plowing down individuals. And I'm like, well, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
what are you hoping to accomplish with this?
Because it's a chase scene,
Yeah.
but he's chasing a subway car.
Yeah. And,
So it's-
yeah.
It's
So
funny.
and then he crashes and just knocks himself out cold, which I was like, that to me was the least clean moment of the whole movie, where I just kind of was like, why did that happen? You know what I mean? My only guess was that they wanted it to go from day to night, and it wouldn't make any sense for him to not keep chasing them, I guess. I don't know. But like he
Yeah.
gets like knocked out and put into an ambulance, and that he is just able to run out of.
Yeah.
Which I was sort of like,
1981, baby.
1981.
yes. Yeah. They don't have handcuffs in 1981.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, he's a white man driving a Jeep. They wouldn't
That's
have
true.
handcuffed
That's
him
true.
for
I mean,
crashing into something.
obviously he lost control 17 blocks up earlier when he drove through all the barricades and spun around and drove around in circles. He wasn't in control of the car. It wasn't clear that he knew where he was going. Anyways,
He was just lost.
so ultimately what ends up happening is John Lithgow's character takes the girl. She's screaming for Jack the whole time, And Jack gets there, but it's too late. She's been strangled. But he does kill John Lithgow's character.
Yeah.
So it is like a real bummer of
It's
yes.
well, okay. That's the stage one bummer.
That's
That's the
one
stage
bummer.
one
the
bummer.
stage one bummer is after all this, she dies.
She dies.
And
And
they
we were
really
saying
were
like,
like-
there's no way that he's gonna kill her. There's no
Yeah.
way.
I know. It was like, oh, that's going to be such a bummer if she dies.
Yeah.
And then she does. And it was indeed
It's
a bummer.
also like completely unfair for this character because she is the most innocent human being on the planet.
yeah, it is a cruel ending, but I think in a way that feels
Yes.
honest
Yes.
for this setting and this story.
For a neo noir, which
Yes.
is what this
Yes.
movie is.
Yes.
The
Oh, yeah.
stage two bummer, we need to back up to the beginning of the movie.
Yep, because there's a through line, a very small side story that's been happening
Mostly
this whole time.
for comedic purposes.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're doing this movie that we kind of open this movie with, the horror movie, the slasher movie. And it gets to a scene. The scene that they pause at is a woman's getting stabbed in the shower, but right before she gets stabbed, she lets out the lamest scream.
Yeah. She goes like,
Ah.
and they're like, we
They're like,
can't
oh,
use
this
that.
is terrible. We got to get new screams.
Yeah.
So the through line is through this movie that like his editor buddy is finding other women to try the scream.
Yes.
And so they can find the scream that's like the new thing, like the new one that's the one that sounds good.
Yeah.
And the stage two bummer is at the end of the movie, they did find the perfect scream because Sally had been recording her own murder.
Yeah. So he uses that, and he never gives the tape showing the.
He never,
Yeah.
he has the tape.
So John Lithgow throws the original video, and
Yes.
he says many times that the audio is not enough. We need to have the video. So I think that's why he
Oh.
realized
they
that
didn't have
he
a copy of the video.
Nope, that was
So
the
he
only
just has
copy,
the-
or that was the only
oh.
thing. So
Okay,
'Cause
so
his-
that's
his thing was too grainy to tell what was happening.
yeah, okay, because that was like the stage three bummer is that after all of this is
Yeah.
that like they didn't get the bad guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which feels
I mean, they
very
did get the bad
neo-noir.
guy
They
'cause he
did,
does die.
died, but they didn't get the guy who
The story doesn't get to be told or
Yeah.
anything like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So like,
and he looks like he wants to kill himself.
He's looking
he
awful at
looks
the end
so
of the movie.
awful.
Oh my
at the
God.
end.
And
Yeah.
the guy, the editor guy says, "Now that's a scream," and you feel so awful.
He when the scream goes off, you can see Jack like holds his hand up to his like he's like holding his ears and he's like viscerally reacting to it
Yeah.
when it goes off. It's awful.
When the scene happens where she screamed, where she's about to get murdered, you're like, "Oh, they look, they have a great scream." You were making a joke.
Yeah. Phil,
I made a joke. I was like,
oh, he got his scream. Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was going to be like a metaphorical. That's your scream. You went looking for a scream and you found the wrong one.
Yeah.
Nope. He took the recording of a woman he was falling in love with getting murdered and used it in a shitty like exploitation
Yep.
horror slasher.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes into the urban legend of Roller Coaster of Love. That the scream that you hear on that song is of someone actually getting murdered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
There are a few of urban legends like that where it's like
Sure.
there's like a sound or something like that, and it's the. Yeah, I think that was the one where it was like the producer stabbing somebody or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, again, these urban legend
Yeah.
things, but yeah, there's a lot of Hitchcockian
Yeah.
like things that he drew from, and then even Giallo. He really loved Italian Giallo, so all those, you know, Suspiria is not a Giallo. I'd have to show you guys other Argento films to show you a real one, but it's always like a black gloved killer,
Yeah.
and he fits the bill very nicely.
Yeah. Why? I guess why? And maybe there's an actual reason that Craig you would know because you like to know the history of these things. Why isn't this movie like one that people talk about? Because I thought this was like excellent,
Yeah,
like
so
truly. I feel like John Travolta's character in this is a character that should be like in the wall of characters that are like hard, sad man characters.
So this movie bombed because the people who did see it at first told everyone about the ending.
Oh.
And it's such a bummer of an ending, it made people not want to see it. And so it really hurt Travolta's career.
Okay.
And
Is
ironically,
this why the what is it, the Battlefield Earth? Is this why that movie happened?
no, ironically though, so his career goes down in the 80s.
Mhm.
And the reason he has his resurgence is because this is one of Tarantino's favorite movies. So he cast him in Pulp Fiction. And that led to his resurgence
Okay.
in the 90s. But yeah.
He did Battlefield Earth when he had his second resurgence. That was him like going like, I'm
I
a
can
big
do
actor now.
anything.
I can do anything. I'm
Okay.
going to do this thing that I've always wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was 99.
That was his blank check.
late.
Yeah, I
Essentially.
knew it was way later. I just didn't know if it was like, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. I definitely could see this being like a favorite of Tarantino.
So it was kind of buried because, he had Scarface and Dress to Kill.
Mm-hmm.
This is between those, and those are more well known.
Yeah.
And then Nancy Allen was actually married to Brian De Palma during this movie. They
Mm.
got divorced a little bit later. But yeah, it kind of just flew under the radar. And then in the 90s, it got more discovered. Tarantino and other up-and-coming directors were calling it out. And so Criterion eventually released it. And that's basically why it has a cult following now. So again, I think it's unfair that people kind of malign Travolta as a very schmaltzy actor. I think he's done some bad movies, but I think movies like this prove that he hits all those emotions.
Yeah, there's a reason he is a well-known, like he does have chops.
Oh yeah.
I think he's great in this. I think this movie is great. I'm really glad we watched this one.
Yeah,
This was really, really fun. We didn't even talk about like all the little, we talked about it so much during the movie, like all the little analog bits of tech
Yeah.
are so cool to watch
Yeah.
get used. And the opening credits is just them doing like a long shot along like analog tech and like skipping to other little analog bits that he uses in his sound.
And then like him searching later on, the camera just moves in a big circle when he's trying to, when all his stuff got erased, he's trying to find anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really unique camera work, diopter shots.
A lot of split diopter
Lot
shots.
Every they split all those diopters.
Every time one was on the screen, I went split diopter shot.
Yeah, I know. I
There's
shouldn't
the
have
scene.
said anything.
There's the scene.
Yep, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. And I'm like, see, I went to film school.
Yeah.
It was this was an exciting movie to watch. This was interesting to watch from like visually it was good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the script, like I enjoyed the plot of the movie a lot. I
Mhm.
really liked where everything ended. I feel like everyone's performance. This was, 5 out of 5 for me. I know we're
Yeah.
not like
We're-
rating it right in this second, but like
I mean, I think we're there, though.
Yeah.
5 out of 5 for me. I loved this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's because when you hear something's a cult movie, sometimes you go into it and you're like, okay, like I can see how there's a specific group of people who love this movie.
Yeah, this was doing
Yes.
something no one else was doing, so this is what people. Yeah,
This is a different cult movie. This is one where like these are your
You're like-
hidden gems.
Yeah, your hidden
yeah.
gems
This is a
rather than cult
highly
classic.
underappreciated film.
'Cause
You know what I mean?
It was only a few minutes into it. I'm like, oh, this is like a capital M movie. This is a
Yeah.
film.
This is a
Yeah,
film.
yeah. A film.
Yeah, a film.
Film.
Fill 'em up, boys.
Who?
So Phil, you said 5 out of 5.
5
Do
out
you
of
have
5,
anything
absolutely.
funny to?
Never.
No, I just really liked this. I have nothing funny to say
Yeah.
right now. I just really liked this movie.
Yeah.
5 out of 5. Premature ejaculations by sailors.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
there was that old scene. Okay.
John Lithgow kills a
A prostitute. Yeah.
who had just met up with a sailor who kept trying to get more time for less money or more time for the same rate.
Yeah.
Yes.
He ended up throwing like $10 at her.
Yeah.
Yep.
He doesn't last his 20 minutes. We'll just say
We'll
that.
just say that.
I mean, he already said premature ejaculation. Like, what are we being coy about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna. All right. I'm gonna give this movie 5. I didn't kill him. It was an accident. You accidentally shot out the tire of his car. Out of 5. Yeah. Again, this is like really great
excellent.
film. Yeah.
Because what was the point? Like, he was trying to shoot out the tire, so he got into an accident. So it was just the police show up.
Yeah, I'm not really sure like what the plan was. I mean, I feel like if I watch the movie again, I could probably pick up a little bit more of what his exact thought process was.
That is it. Is that his at least like thought process that he explains is that if I shoot out the tire, he gets into a wreck just on the side of the road.
Yeah.
The cops come, they see him in this, compromising position. Then Bob's your uncle. He's out of the race.
Yeah.
But I think what it's maybe showing is that this guy is like that fake military-esque, like
so
he wants to be in the military, but he's actually really bad at everything he does.
Yeah.
Except for he's really good at murdering women.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I mean, he's the type of guy who's like, I'm going to cover this up by murdering a bunch of women. I don't think he was thinking 5, maybe one step ahead, maybe. Yeah, so. So Phil, it's now your turn to pick our next movie. I don't remember what I rolled for you.
It was the cinematographer / director of photography. I'm going to be honest. I don't understand what the difference between those two roles is. Is it a different? It's just what they call it?
Yeah, it's just sometimes you'll see cinematographer, you might see director of photography. I don't know.
Cinematographer sounds so much cooler than director of photography.
Yeah, but
cinematographer like frames the shot, like, or the idea of a shot, right? Of like a scene.
No.
What do they do?
No. So
the
director kind of decides what the shot's going to be. The director of photography, basically based on what the director says, lights the scene and like makes it look the way they enact.
They match the vibe.
They match the vibe, and then there's maybe a camera operator in there who operates the camera, and the director of photography maybe doesn't even. But yeah, no, it's just.
I like that.
Yeah.
That seems like a good job.
Because like a director has to do so many things. You know, they're kind of part editor, they're part cameraman, they're part actor because they're coaching the actors. They're usually part writer. So the director of photography is like, tell me what you want, I'll make it happen. That's sort of what the director of photography is. They just tell the rest of the camera, they're the head of the camera crew. They tell the camera crew how to do the shot. That kind of stuff.
Okay. So when you're watching something, can you see, like you personally, can you see a cinematographer?
Not so much. I'm not as good as that because I'm not paying as close of attention to like what to compare and contrast to.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, because a lot of what I thought a director of photography did is actually what the director decides, which is like the director decides what's in frame and when.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. So, it is one of my blinder spots. Yeah.
Okay.
That and like, it's like that and like lighting, I tend to not notice as much unless it's very dramatic lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of the point of lighting. It's
you're
best
not
when it's
to
invisible.
notice it unless you're really supposed to notice it.
It's best when it's invisible.
Yeah. So the cinematographer for this was Vilmos Zsigmond, who has an extensive
Yeah. No,
just like
I think,
lot of really good stuff, and I was having a genuinely really hard time. So I kind of went with one that is not one of the big ones. It is called Images. It's from 1972.
Okay.
Psychological horror.
From Robert Altman.
Yep.
Ooh. Have any of you seen this before?
Nope.
I had never even heard of it.
Okay. And so now I'm going to roll for what I get to pick.
Yeah.
I don't have my dice on me, so I did digitally. I rolled a
click, click, clack, click, click.
I rolled
click,
a
click,
3
click,
on this thing that I found, and now I can't find. Oh, there it is. A 3 is writer.
Ooh, okay.
So that is just Robert Altman again.
Robert Altman again.
Yep.
Or Susanna York
Okay.
is on the Wikipedia credits.
What's the
I know
name
we
of the-
said we were going to use IMDb.
Well,
but
just,
I'm a
as the
Wikipedia
official,
boy.
I'm sure Wikipedia and they say the same.
Images.
Images is the movie. Okay.
Original
1972.
writer. So this must have been it must have been a book before, maybe. Or I guess not. It would be an adapted, but
I was looking up things about this movie. Not a lot, because I didn't want to like spoil anything, but I had Googled it, and then I saw Reddit posts will pop in, and there was one that was like, Images, 1972, scariest fucking movie. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to pick this one.
yeah.
Like,
All right. So that's what we're doing next week. Let's hope we can find it.
I think it should be on Amazon for like $2.
Okay. Well, then
So I'll give Craig $2.
you're so generous.
I know, I'm a really, really
You know,
philanthropic.
I mean,
I put the Phil in philanthropy.
you do. Okay. That's it. We're done with this.
That's it.
Thank you for liking and subscribing to the podcast. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
Sure.
Yep. Whatever.
Probably.
I don't know.
No, that's
If you want to tell us what movie is the biggest bummer for you,
You could do that. This episode was brought to you by Willfully Woven, who is my brother and sister-in-law. If you are interested in hearing your named, oh boy, hearing your named shouted outed around the pod. If you want to hear your name shouted out on the podcast, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/mumbleandtrug.
If you like what you heard, consider leaving a review on any of our platforms. Wow. I'm doing the radio thing. The shock
I see
jock.
sound effects.
Yeah. So
Got it.
that's all for this episode. Meow. That was guns. I'm Phil Kessel.
I'm Will Chodas. Do you want me to do one for you?
go ahead. And I'm Craig Norland.
Don't watch movies unless we tell you.
Avatar's the worst movie out there.
God.
Okay, that's rude to Brad. But also, it's not. It's mid. It's mid as fuck.
It's terrible. It's awful. It's the worst one.
It's unk status.
Brought to you by Mumble and Shrug Productions.